Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
Hello and welcome to Popternative. This is the talk show and podcast where we have digital discussions, worlds of TV, film, news, pop culture, everything. Really depending on the guest, we talk about it all. As always, I'm your host, Peter Remoliotis. On social media, you know me as PD Beats. Season 2 of Ragnarok just recently dropped on Netflix. We're speaking to someone that you're going to see in Ragnarok. Jonas Strand Gravli is with us. Jonas, welcome to Popternative, man.
Thank you for having me.
It's always cool because you guys did season 1 of Ragnarok. It was a big success on Netflix. I remember when it first came out, everyone was talking about it. Netflix has this global reach. Season 2 comes out, and you're excited you get to make season 2, and it's finally out. What's that like for you and the cast that it's finally out there?
Oh, it's so good. We've been waiting for this for such a long time, and it's just been a thrill, and it's a bit overwhelming to see how everyone is responding to this season. It's just, it's so cool.
For you, acting and storytelling, you are from Norway. When did that kind of start for you in terms of you deciding to kind of be an actor? And were there any kind of Norwegian shows or movies that kind of drew inspiration? Like, what was that like for you?
Of course, I watched a lot of shows and I watched a lot of actors, but I think me becoming an actor happened a little bit by coincidence when I was about 18 years or something, because when I was applying for high school, I didn't know exactly what I wanted, so I applied for a lot of schools, didn't get into many of them, but there was this one school where they had this acting classes. So I went to that one, and that was the first time I was introduced to acting, I think. And then, things just led on, and some years after, I was an actor.
It's pretty crazy. Everyone has different kind of paths and everything. And sometimes it just kind of, like a lot of my friends who act, it just kind of happens. They don't even kind of realize when it officially happened for them.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
I'm still in doubt. I'm still thinking, like, has it happened yet? Am I an actor?
It's crazy. So we're talking about Ragnarok. Season 2 just dropped on Netflix. Can you talk a little bit about Loritz and his kind of growth between the two seasons? Like, what's that been like, playing a character like that?
Oh, it was such a pleasure going into this season because the showrunners, the ones who wrote the script, I feel like they wrote this character especially to me. Because in the first season, Lauritz was a bit in the background. He was just supporting in every situation, but a really cool character. So I was really happy when I read the second season for the first time, and I saw that, okay, we're really going to dive into what all the difficulties with Lauritz and how he responds to life, and all his struggles, because I think it's a really, really complex character. And it was really exciting to really dive into that.
And the growth for him is just kind of like, there's a lot of growth. Like, you see it. Like, he grows a lot in season 2.
Yeah.
When you kind of read a script, though, you see that. Like, can you elaborate on that a little bit? Like, what goes through your mind? Like, he's going to have more screen time. He's going to have more role. We're going to see his development, his arc a little bit more. How do you kind of prepare for that? Is there anything you do to prepare for that? Or you just kind of go in?
Oh, yeah, I do a lot of preparation. I think, first of all, I get really nervous because I always get nervous. So, but then I just read a lot, and I start to think about how to, make this character, or the choices of the character, good choices, even though what it is. It's and I wanted to really show how he develops into this, maybe like a dark side, but do that with heart and love and all this emotional roller coasters that leads him towards this maybe darkness. I don't know.
Absolutely. And you're on Ragnarok on Netflix, so you are part of the Netflix family along with the other cast. How does it feel to be part of the Netflix family? It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's such a pleasure being part of Netflix. They take so good care of you, and yeah, it's just, I think it's a bit crazy to be a Norwegian actor going into a show like this on Netflix, and all of a sudden your show is like all around the world. It's it's hard to describe the feeling.
So it's interesting. I want to kind of dive deep into that a little bit, like all around the world. I mean, I think we were at a point where there's two ways people can watch shows like Ragnarok, right? They can watch it dubbed or they can watch it like with the subtitles, right? And I feel like the only way to watch it is with the subtitles. I'm sorry. That's just me. You know what I mean? But I think it's interesting because you were from Norway, but you're noticing there's a lot of people in North America and in Europe and other areas that love the show and are watching it with the subtitles. When did you notice that kind of change, that people started embracing all this content from around the world? Was it when Ragnarok season 1 came out? Was it before that? When did you officially notice that?
Oh, I don't know. It's hard to answer that, but I think maybe I noticed it more this season than the
Yeah.
first season. Also because now, after the first season, all of our social media accounts started to grow. So now for the second season, you get a lot more feedback. So I think maybe for this season, I started to notice that, okay, people are watching this.
It's pretty exciting because if you think about it, for the for the viewer on Netflix, there just becomes more content because now there's more content from all around the world to watch. Like that's
Yeah.
where it comes down to.
But I think it's great. I think the great thing about streaming platforms like Netflix is that there is no borders anymore.
No.
I can watch films from all around the world, and the rest of the world can watch Norwegian stuff. So that I think that's just incredible.
Now, I wanted to ask you because I wouldn't say that like Ragnarok is a show that what I love about it, because it's one of my favorite shows right now, is it kind of blends a lot of stuff together in terms of the genre of what it is. Like, I don't know if there's one specific genre. You know what I mean? There's the drama, there's the action, there's a little bit of the horror, there's the romantic aspect of it. There's a lot going on, right?
Yeah,
Did you guys, like, do you ever talk about that with the cast? Like, that they're, like, what is our show? It's bending genres, right? Like, there's not one genre.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it, especially for the second season. I think for the first season, no one knew exactly what it was. But then we saw the result, and we were just like, okay, I think I know a little bit of what it is. But yeah, for the second season, we talked a little bit about it, but it's still hard to find like a specific genre, I think, and the only way to work around it, I think, is just to play it as realistic as possible. And
But why limit
really go
yourself?
in-depth.
Like, why does it have to be this one genre, right? Like, it could be many things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is good there. Are you noticing that because like there was interest, like Ragnarok season 1, people were intrigued. Like people saw the trailer and like watched it. But now the fan base has just grown to another level for season 2. Like you can't even compare the two.
No,
Yeah.
it's crazy. I mean, yeah, I also because my Instagram account has a lot more followers now than the first season. So now all of a sudden I can see everyone watching it. It's hard to it's really hard to take in, I think.
What can you tell us about Norwegian cinema and TV shows specifically in terms of the growth of them? And obviously platforms like Netflix have allowed a lot of that content to be discovered more. But what can you tell us about the development of these shows in the last like 10 years, so to speak? Like how has it been productions
Like
in
for
Norway?
Norway in general?
Yeah,
Or-
Norway. I'm just curious about that because there's some great stuff. It's not like Ragnarok's amazing, but there's other stuff too. Like it's good. There's some good stuff from Norway right now.
Yeah, I think it is, and I think it's been for a long time. I think Norway always has made a lot of films and TV shows that are really, really good, and it's so awesome to see how it's now possible for Norwegian productions to show their work to the rest of the world. And I think Ragnarok is one of the shows, but I mean it's so many different
Well,
productions in Norway that
Scam.
are, yeah, of course. Was, I mean, come on, that was a whole other level. I mean,
It's I'm just gonna.
I mean, I was a big fan of Scam when it came out, and when got to know that I was going to work with a lot of the actors from Scam, I was starstruck. And they are a lot younger than me, but I was just like, the first time I met Herman Tamers, I was just like, I can't believe I'm meeting him.
I know, and you guys did some cool things for Netflix Nordic, like on YouTube too, which was really pretty cool. You guys have a good
Yeah.
chemistry together.
Yeah, really good. We're good friends now, so that's awesome.
I'm just trying to think. I just want to make sure. Give me a sec. Yeah. So one of the best things that I seen, I just wanted to make sure. I was 95% sure it was from Norway, but I just wanted to double check.
Yeah.
Blood Ride, because I'm a big horror movie fan. I don't know if you saw that or heard of it.
I have seen it.
So good.
Yeah.
So
It's
good.
really good.
Like blows. Like there's a lot of like horror anthologies and different stories. That's one of the best. Like some of the stories in that one were like insane.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff going on in Norway, so I'm really proud of being part of that whole.
Is the circle small too? Like with Norwegian actors? Like does everyone kind of know each other?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah.
But now, of course, there's a lot of new young actors coming in, so it starts to grow. But yeah, the industry is really small. We know everyone. I think. I mean, when I go to different sets in Norway on different Norwegian productions, it's like I always know
One
almost
person.
everyone. Yeah, one person. There's only one person.
Yeah, there is at least you're gonna see. So do you know? You'll probably have to go back, but like, did you know anyone that worked on Blood Ride?
Oh yeah, yeah. There was also like Synnøve who plays Ron in Ragnarok. She was.
Yeah,
part
she
of Blood
was.
Ride,
Yes, that's
yeah.
true. I watched it a while ago, so it was just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, so good. It was but it does it interest you too? Like you're acting on Ragnarok, you're playing Lauritz, you're acting, but looking at a lot of productions and being on set for Ragnarok and everything, does it influence you and inspire you to maybe go behind the camera sometimes, maybe direct and write? Like, have you ever thought about that? Like, obviously, acting is what you're focusing on, but maybe behind the camera is something that Jonas wants to experiment with too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I have this small dream of becoming a director at some point. I
Yeah.
think that's yeah, that would have been awesome. I'm not sure if I'm able to do it, but yeah, it would have been great to. I love the way we make films and TV shows. The whole like every single day and
Yeah.
every single person in the crew, everyone works together, and in the end, it becomes this whole. Yeah, I'm trying to find the words, but yeah, it becomes something else. And I really enjoy that work. So yeah, it would have been great to do something behind the camera.
Obviously, for the actors, you wrap a show and it's like, okay, we're done. We're waiting for it to come out. But then like the post-production, everything happens after you wrap, right? So they're all the people behind the scenes. You guys are like, yes. They're like, oh my God, let's go, right?
Now the work starts.
What's that like for you and the cast though once you wrap season 2? Because I feel like the emotions would be a little bit different compared to season 1. Because season 1, you put out the show, you're not sure what's going to happen. You know you have something special with season 2 because of the character development and because it became popular. So I'm just curious, what's that like? You talk to the cast when it's wrapped.
Yeah, it's a bit hard actually. It's like you go into this time where it feels like everything is just stopping, and you get a bit I don't know if depressed is the right word, but
A little sad, yeah.
Yeah, worn out. It's just like, okay, last day, people are clapping and you wrapped, and then you just have to wait, and that's really hard.
Yeah.
You get more familiar with the feeling after you've done a couple of projects, but it's always hard, I think.
And before we wrap, because you said social media and everything, I find that interesting. Is there any like interaction or any comment you saw that surprised you, like from someone from a show or someone that you know that was like, wow, Ragnarok? Like, has anything come to mind that you could remember that you were like, oh my God, like this person like commented on my stuff, or like anything like that happened specifically?
Yeah, maybe. It's hard to. Yeah, this other day, yeah, Lucas, who plays in The Rain, the Danish show that also
Yeah.
was on Netflix. Yeah, he. I met him like once when we did season one, or the promo for season one. But yeah, he texted me a couple of days ago, and I was just like, "This is awesome."
That show was good. That show was so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So many good shows.
Incredible. It is.
It's a great, it's crazy. It just makes me happy that like I know there's always something good to watch. Like we're never gonna run out of content at this point.
So that's good. I mean, at least the year we've been through, it's been good to have something to watch.
Absolutely. Jonas, I wanted to thank you so much for coming on Popternative.
Thank you for having me. This has been amazing.
So, people can watch season 1 and 2 of Ragnarok right now on Netflix. Season 2 just dropped, but if they haven't watched the first season, they can do it back to back and get caught up.
Yeah. I think that's a good plan.
Yeah, good plan. And where can people follow you on social media to keep up to date with everything?
On Instagram, my name is @Strand Gravli. So yeah, follow me.
Amazing. Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. You can catch Jonas as Lauritz in Ragnarok on Netflix. Until next time, it's Jonas Strand Gravli and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.